Morning. It's always good to see Curtis Sneeden here from the Chamber of Commerce, and I'd like him to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance this morning, if you would, Curtis.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the September 18th, 2017 meeting of the Shawnee County Board of Commissioners. My name is Bob Archer. I currently have the honor as serving as chair of the commission alongside Commissioner Shelley Bueller, who represents District 1, and Commissioner Kevin Cook, who represents District 2. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome. First item of business, please.
Item 1, proclamations, presentations. Number 1, introduction and discussion with Richard Cole and Roxanne Hughes, applicants for Auburn Township clerk position.
Commissioner.
Well, if they are here, both of you in the back, okay. If you could just one at a time come up to the podium and just introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you would want to serve on Auburn Township. And anything else the commission
Very
would
good.
like to
Very
do.
good.
My name is Roxanne Hoos. I've applied for the clerk position on the Auburn Township Board. I was asked to consider this position by one of the existing board members, and I've been in the township my entire life, lived there my entire life. My husband and I have a small business in the area, a construction business. I currently work at Blue Cross and Blue Shield. I would like to be on the board. I'm not afraid to ask questions. I'm not afraid to learn. I'm a quick learner. And I feel that I can do my township some help, depending on what's needed and what questions need to be asked. I'm very fluent in teaming at my current job. That I've learned that a lot at Blue Cross and Blue Shield. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer.
Questions for Roxanne? Commissioner Bueller?
Oh, I don't think I have any right now.
Commissioner Cook?
So, thank you very much for your application.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks for being here this morning, too.
Yes,
I know
thank
this
you.
is an effort.
Good morning. My name is Richard Cole. I live at 8937 Southwest 91st Street in Auburn. I've lived in the Auburn Township for 60-plus years. I know the township pretty well, I think. I'm retired from local pet food company after 41 years, serving as in the maintenance department and various jobs in that. I'm a veteran, served in the Navy Seabees, which is a construction battalion, and I'm married, got 2 grown daughters. I would like to serve as a township clerk because I think I've got the knowledge of the township and the experience to work with the board that's previously there and do the township the best that can be done with what we got to work with. So that's about all I got. Any questions?
Any questions for Mr. Cole?
Actually, I thought of one that maybe Roxanne might be able to answer for you. Oftentimes, I know commissioners, we get questions about why can't the county pave a township road? And the reason is because we don't have jurisdiction over those township roads. But oftentimes, we do get those questions about why can't the township pave a road? So kind of give me your experience, I guess, with gravel roads and
Well,
paved roads.
I guess gravel roads are not good for everybody, but my feelings is that the township has got so much money to work with. We got to spend that money where it needs to be spent the most. We cannot put all of our eggs in one basket, the way I look at it.
Okay.
And I think that, sure, we'd all like to have hard surface roads, but it's not going to happen with the amount of money that the township's got to work with. So we just got to do the best with what we got.
Thank you. Thanks for being here this morning.
Yeah.
You want to come on up because you need to come to the podium.
I currently live on a gravel road within the township, and I personally would like it to stay that way. I don't want our gravel road paved, because that's where I moved to, that's the way I want to keep it. My feeling about it is, depending on the road and how dangerous it might be, we just need to keep them maintained as well as we can, and not necessarily pave all the roads that everybody wants paved, because when they move into the country, they should realize that they are on country roads in the country.
Very good, thank you.
Okay.
Anything else?
Any other thoughts?
Take those comments under consideration and look forward to putting it on the agenda, whoever is chosen.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. I know we hear a lot of times about roads, particularly in townships, and I would like Mr. Vlock at an upcoming meeting, maybe in a couple of weeks, and maybe the county councilor needs to contribute to this discussion of what we can and cannot do, because there's just a lot of controversy, or at least discussion, on why roads and townships aren't addressed and why the county isn't doing anything about it, and that concerns me deeply. So, okay? Anything else? Next item, please.
Item 3, consent agenda.
There are 4 items on the consent agenda this morning. Are there any questions or concerns?
No, I have none. I'll move approval.
Second.
Motion made to approve the consent agenda by Commissioner Bueller, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 4, new business. A, County Clerk, number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Commissioners, this morning we have vouchers that total $2,445,648.24. The highlights out of the voucher report: we have Department of Corrections of $198,068.07, of which the majority is for Horizon Healthcare. We have equipment of $310,013.44, of which is for our V block. We have 911 of $236,991, which is our Motorola payment. State of Kansas for holding accounts, $558,830.37, and those are between the Department of Revenue and Motor Vehicle. Health insurance premiums for our employees of $86,874.64. And then finally, the largest expenditure out of the vouchers was for infrastructure of $826,774.53. And those were paid to Bettis, and that was for construction of 17th to 21st on Urish and Huntoon to 17th Street on Urish. I do not have any questions regarding the vouchers and would move for their approval.
I'll second.
Thank you, Commissioner Cook. Motion made to approve the voucher report by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
I'll move approval.
Second.
Motion made to approve the correction orders by Commissioner Bueller, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B, Bond Council, number 1, consider approval of Resolution 2017-51, authorizing the issuance of single-family mortgage revenue bonds of Sedgwick County and Shawnee County, Kansas, to be issued in multiple series, and approving the execution and delivery of a trust indenture and certain documents.
Good morning, Bob Perry. This resolution continues the 27-plus year relationship with Sedgwick County, which basically provides low interest cost loans to low and moderate income persons. This resolution also will reflect the implementation of the lower cost loan fees that Roger Edgar talked to you all about a couple weeks ago.
Questions? Yes, Commissioner Cook.
Just might note that Shawnee County itself is not actually issuing it's administered through the financial institutions, banks or others.
That is correct. George K. Baum and Company and U.S. Bank, which is the master servicer, and there's a company in Florida whose name escapes me. It's a compliance third-party provider. What this program does basically is we issue bonds, revenue bonds. The proceeds from those bonds create a loan pool. The borrowers borrow from that loan pool, make mortgage payments and mortgage prepayments, and they buy mortgage insurance, and that is the source of revenue from which the bondholders receive their funds. This is not by statute, these bonds are not paid by taxation.
And so it provides a financial institution another tool in the toolbox when trying to provide housing to individuals that come in.
Yes, it does.
Other comments or questions? I'll move to adopt the resolution.
A second.
Motion made to adopt the resolution by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B2, public hearing and consider approval of Resolution 2017-52, authorizing the sale, issuance, and delivery of an estimated $90 million aggregate principal amount of Shawnee County, Kansas taxable health system revenue bonds, Topeka Health System LLC project, to be issued in one or more series and approving the execution of necessary documents.
I'll move to open the public hearing.
I had a note to remind us we needed to do that.
Motion made to open the public hearing by Commissioner Bueller, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0.
The partnership, the joint venture between Topeka, which is now Topeka Health System, which is between Arden Health and Kansas University Medical Center. They have filed a cost-benefit analysis with the county on August the 23rd. The purpose of the public hearing is to allow a representative to answer any questions that somebody may have about that cost-benefit analysis. Basically, the cost-benefit analysis concluded that the exemption from ad valorem taxation requested by the project tenant let me phrase it in the positive. The benefits from keeping the employees at the hospital far outweighs any tax exemption granted for a 10-year period of time.
Are there folks in the audience that would like to speak on this particular issue?
Just a
Yes,
question. Is this
Commissioner.
the last step then, basically?
Yes, it is, Shirley. After this resolution is passed and approved, then we'll be free to close the bond deal and close that transaction
Great.
once they're all ready to go. John Peterson with the Posnanny Law Firm that represents the joint venture is here if anybody's got any questions, but it's my understanding from talking with one of his partners that they anticipate closing that transaction within the next probably 2-3 weeks, as soon as they get some of the loose ends tied up still.
Good. I'll move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Close the
Move to
public-
close the public hearing and adopt the resolution.
And I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Bueller, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0.
Great, thank you.
Next item, please.
Item C, Public Works Solid Waste, number 1, consider awarding the bid for 2 new 1-ton pickup trucks and one half-ton pickup truck to Shawnee Mission Ford at a total amount of $119,262 with funding from the Equipment Reserve Fund.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tom Block from Public Works and Solid Waste. As mentioned, this is a Public Works item, and this is in follow-up to approval that was given by the Commission late last year to use some capital equipment funds for the replacement of some of our pickup trucks for our department. We went out for bids for the 3 different types of vehicles, and each low bid was submitted by Shawnee Mission Ford. They have provided us trucks in the past, and they've done a good job for us, so it was our recommendation that the award of the bids go to Shawnee Mission Ford. As mentioned, the funding for this will come from the Equipment Reserve Fund. So if there's any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them.
Questions for Tom?
I don't have any. I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Cook, and that was seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Next item, please.
Item B, Sheriff's Office, number 1, consider approval of request to create and advertise a call taker position at an annual salary including benefits of $44,166 to $53,077.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jeremy Rabb, Shawnee County Emergency Communications. As indicated, this is another piece to the puzzle that we are putting together and we're wishing to implement over at the Shawnee County Communications Center. The call take position is important because it will hopefully broaden the pool of applicants that we can have, and also provide a career ladder, or help provide that career ladder that we've been looking for. We have already gained some interest in this position from individuals, and we believe that this will certainly help with our recruiting efforts.
I saw Jeremy in the hall earlier this morning, and I said, are we making progress in the dispatch center? And he listed some items that indicate to me that we are. So if you would just indulge us and tell us what's going on in the dispatch center.
Absolutely, Commissioner. So the Communication Training Academy that I've discussed has been created, and it has been very successful. It has gained attention from other communities, and individuals are asking questions how they may also be able to implement a training academy. This training academy now takes our new hires and places them in an in-class learning environment before they go out onto the floor. So when they hit the dispatch floor, they have a lot more education and they're prepared to move quicker. Essentially taking their training before they get on the job from 9 months down to perhaps 5. That's part of it. We also set a goal to hire 10 qualified communication specialist ones for 2017. I'm happy to say that we're on track today to hire 13 to have qualified, on the floor, trained. With the training academy, we wanted 2 academies this year. We're on track to have 3 academies. I believe you may have seen a news blurb about it just a couple weeks ago, Don Fry implementing that. That is above and beyond what we expected. A few of the other things that we wanted to complete this year, while I have you here, is the AMR integration. That's gone very well. AMR is now in the center and operating. We continue to parallel them with technology and make some additions to communications that will enhance the response with them. So that partnership has been very nice. We also moved to an agreement with the next generation 911 system with the state of Kansas that will be coming forward. That will bring in an enhanced call system, which will also aid our dispatchers when they are fielding the phone calls for emergencies.
Very good. Thank you for the update.
Yes,
Are there questions for Jeremy? Yes, Commissioner Cook.
Jeremy, I understand that from speaking with you and I earlier, that some other communities are looking at what Shawnee County has implemented in just a very short period of time, and looking to see how they might be able to replicate those. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So essentially this Communication Training Academy is what they really are looking at, and there has not been a standardized training program, I think, for dispatchers across the state. So this was a concept that was created by a few of the individuals within the center, and we brought that forward, and it's just done really well. Surrounding communities have heard about it, and they've reached out to us. They've made visits. They want to see how the class goes. Actually, Dawn Fry, the training manager, will actually be speaking at the next APCO meeting in Newton, Kansas, as of to how she went and developed it. It's still a work in progress. It still has some things we can do better, but we're definitely headed in the right direction.
And APCO stands for?
The American Public Communications, Safety Communications. Yes.
I know that you've done a lot of work in a very short period of time, and it has not gone unnoticed, and thank you for the work that you have done. I know that there's still work to be done. There's still some things to do. I think the call taker position's one step in that link.
Yes. Yes. Well, and I thank you for those words. We have done a lot. The communication division has done quite a bit, and the people have really pushed forward and made a lot of change. I have a list of projects that I could go over with you. This is just a tip of the things that we've accomplished, but we've leaned forward, and we have done some good things there.
Very good. Thank you.
Couple questions.
Yes, Commissioner Bueller.
Jeremy, the call taker, is it just one position or are there multiple?
We currently we're looking at being able to field 2 positions right now, yes.
So is this then helping with that more administrative phone calls, or is it still emergency?
It will still be emergency,
Okay.
but what it does is if someone may not want to actually be on the radio and handle the full 911 call, they can field the incoming call initially and help relieve the other dispatchers who are the communication specialists, if you will, so they can field the call and then get it to the appropriate dispatcher, whether that's fire or police, or transfer it to AMR as well. It does help with the administrative call load. We still have some things to address with that, and I believe when the next-gen system is fielded, if we move that way, that will be the beginning of where we'll have to start looking at how we further reduce administrative phone calls.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Yes. County Councilor, please.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jim Crow, County Councilor. I just wanted to note for the record, this is a CWA-covered position, and over the spring, we did negotiate with CWA on how to integrate these positions along with the other communication specialist positions. There is a letter of understanding that will come before you, I believe, on Thursday, which will formally acknowledge the positions and the contract terms related thereto. So this action preceded it on the agenda. They could have been on it the same day, but this is merely to acknowledge that you're creating the position at the wage rate, and it's the wage rate covered in the contract provisions you'll see on Thursday, just in case there's any confusion about how those two are related.
CWA, Communication Workers of America,
Yes.
which is our collective bargaining unit.
That's the union that represents our communication specialists, or what we call dispatchers.
Thank you, Commissioner. Anything else?
No. I'll
Okay.
move approval.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Bueller, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye, opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Jeremy.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Commissioners.
Next item, please.
Item 5, Administrative Communications.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kellen Seitz, Spectra Venue Management at your Kansas Expo Center. This morning, we're very excited to announce our very first contracted event as Spectra as the management facility for the Kansas Expo Center, and went out this morning around 8 a.m. And that announcement is Cirque du Soleil, Cristal. Will be coming in mid to late January, late January, the 24th through the 28th, for 7 performances slated right now, with an optional 8th performance to add later, depending on the performance of sales for that event. So we're very excited for that. The pre-sale for that event will start tomorrow. Public on sale will start on Friday. Also coming up this week, we have Third Thursday. That is the last Third Thursday event of the year, and that's Thursday at 5 p.m. at Heritage Hall. And then coming up next week, we're excited for Big Church Night Out with the Newsboys, and that's slated to come in at 7 o'clock. So happy to take any questions.
Exciting news.
That is great news.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Anyone else for administrative communications this morning?
Good morning, Commissioners. Ed Kalis with the Health Department. We just want to let the public know that on Thursday the 21st, we will be having our Board of Health meeting here in the Commission chambers after the normal Commission meeting. Anybody from the public that's interested in our public health system here in Shawnee County is more than welcome to attend. Also, starting tomorrow, we'll be doing our Casper survey, which I talked about a little bit last week. Our volunteers and staff will be going out starting tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and if they come to your house, they should be in red T-shirts with the Dump Day logo on the back. They will be coming out as teams, and each survey will take about 15 minutes to complete. We'll be going to 210 different households in 30 different census blocks that have been randomly chosen. So we'll start that tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have a successful survey. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer those.
Very good. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you.
Others for administrative communications this morning? All right, Commissioner Bueller.
Nothing other than the Intergovernmental Cooperation Council meets tomorrow morning at 7:30 at Washburn University. It's a group that's been meeting for several years, but they are receiving an update on the broadband project.
Right.
So,
Okay,
Yep.
very good.
Yep.
Commissioner Cook.
This morning, I had the opportunity to welcome 5 new employees to Shawnee County. They were Department of Corrections employees. This was an opportunity established by Angela Lewis, our head of HR, for having the commissioners address the new employees. So thank you, Angela, for that opportunity. It's really good to see that first opportunity to make the impact and to let them know that the door is always open and the lines of communication are open. Also good to see that Director Cole is getting some new employees over at the Department of Corrections.
Very good, thank you. A couple of items. I just wanted to announce that the comprehensive plan for Shawnee County will come before the commission on October the 2nd. That's 2 weeks from today. I know the public has expressed a lot of interest in that plan, so I wanted to give the public plenty of advance notice for people that want to speak about the comprehensive plan coming up. Again, that's October the 2nd, and look forward to that discussion. One other thing is over the weekend on Sunday's edition of the Capital Journal, it included a really slick, expensive magazine about the best of Topeka, and a couple of items interested me in particular. The first one is the best park, and it was Gage Park, and it mentions that whether it's the world-famous Topeka Zoo, the 109-year-old carousel, or the mini train that chugs along its track, Gage Park is a hive of activity that attracts all ages. The 160-acre park at 635 Southwest Gage Boulevard has been open since 1899. And that was Best Park, first runner-up, Lake Shawnee, and second runner-up, Old Prairie Town at Ward Mead Historic Park. The other item that interested me was Best of Topeka 2017, Best Free Entertainment. And there's not an accountant in the world that doesn't love Best Free Entertainment. And it was Lake Shawnee. And it notes that Expedia named Lake Shawnee 2017's best place to visit in the state of Kansas. According to Shawnee County Parks and Rec website, the lake offers a multitude of opportunities for fun and relaxation. That was Best of Topeka. The first runner-up in that category was Gage Park. And the second runner-up is, it really doesn't matter. Next item, please.
Item 6, executive session.
There's a need for an executive session to discuss non-elected personnel and to discuss potential applicants for an open county position. And I'll make a motion to go into executive session for that purpose for a period not to exceed 15 minutes.
I'll second, but if we could also add consultation with the attorney for legal purposes.
Okay, so added. Motion made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0. We're in executive session. Thank you.
every blue pen I pick up this morning, I do not have any. I've gone through two.
Jane had a problem with one earlier too.
Thanks, Cindy.
That one I had a little trouble spelling. spelling the September thing, just, don't worry about it, I'll fix it like, for Commissioner Archer, actually. Yeah, well,
What is it?
I just had to spell the word September, and I kept getting the letters mixed up, so I'll fix it upstairs.
Make you sound or something. I think I can, yeah. That it?
Yeah, that's, we have to post meetings. I think we can do that now.
Maybe close. Maybe closing.
Okay. We are back in session. No action is required, and we are officially adjourned. Thank you.